Okay, so I've done a bit more work on my kick plates. So this is what's just inside the front doors on both sides. Obviously, you can't really see that, but behind here there's just kind of like exposed metal and some electric cables and stuff. So the carpet will fit when it goes in over the top of the edges here. I just need to get these pieces in. I've made these out of hardboard and put my quilted fake leather over the top, so it looks quite nice. I need to leave space for these vents, and there are some grills that go over the top of those. So before I fix this in, because I've just offered it up, that's good, that fits nicely. I need to make sure this is all cleaned out and make sure the mechanism here is nicely oiled. Looking in here, there was a little bit of this first time I cleaned it, and now there's a bit more that's visible. So in there is a bit of honeycomb there. If only the camera would focus. Go on. Got it? Yeah. Bit of honeycomb. So there was more of that in there I pulled out when I first got the car, but apparently deep in the hole there was a bit more. So on to the next job. As you can see, I've got the car up on axle stands, jack stands. So my plan is to put seatbelts in. I need to put the seatbelt anchors in across the floor, so I'm going to have just left and right seatbelts in the front. I may put 3 seatbelts in the back, but yes, I need to drill holes in the floor, obviously find safe points to put holes in the floor. This is a job to do before I put the carpet in, so now is the right time. So today I think we're finally in a position where I can start to fit the carpet. I've had the carpet for months. So this is Daytona weave carpet. So this is, for those in the know, this is like the creme de la creme of carpets that you can buy that are pre-made. I've had it out at home for a few days to try and work out some of the kinks in it, because when it arrives it's all screwed up in a box. I'll dry fit the carpet, and then once I'm sort of happy with the positioning of it, I'll start to stick it down. So I probably should have said these are the original sill plates. They're pretty beaten up, but I did check, and replacements are a couple of $100, I think. So make do and mend. So yeah, I've just cleaned them up. As you should know by now, using wire wool and Amsol. Awesome. Okay, so I think that's the back section of the carpet pretty much done. I could do with just flattening out a little bit, but I guess that'll just happen in time. Front section I think is going to be a bit more fiddly, but yeah, let's crack on with that. So with all of the work I've done, I've tried to do things in the right order so that I'm not kind of getting in my own way. I can say right now, fitting the steering wheel was not necessary. Anyway. Beautiful. Okay, I think that's about it. Does, with this two-piece carpet, it does leave that sort of odd gap in the middle, but it does get completely covered up by the bench seat. I guess that's okay. Yeah, you sort of feel like, even if you're not going to do a full job of it, you feel like you'd at least want a bit of spare carpet to throw in there, but they don't supply that. But anyway, that looks fabulous. I'm really pleased with that. Okay, a couple of other jobs I've done on the car and didn't film them was, well, firstly this piece of glass. So this is the driver's glass. This needed replacing. It was much more badly cracked than the bullet hole glass. So yeah, I did get a piece of replacement glass cut, excuse me, and I had to reinstall it. That was a much bigger faff than videos on YouTube would have led me to believe. So a load of this, all of this has to come out, and yeah, you watch the videos online and it's like, yeah, you just undo the screws and it pulls out nice and easily, the new piece of glass goes in, bish bash bosh. No, that's not what happened for me. So yeah, it needed a lot of jimmying in there. I think we finally got there. So lovely, nice brand new glass in there, very pleased with that. That's really nice. Wing mirrors also. So this wing mirror was included with the car. So I just needed to clean that up. You can see it's still got a lot of pitting in the chrome. And oh yeah, I didn't film any of my son being here to help me, but he cut the little rubber gasket to go in there. Did a nice job of that, fits perfectly. So that matches the wing mirror on this side. This one is brand new. So yeah, no pitting on the chrome on that one. I mean, it does look really nice. And that did come with a rubber gasket underneath it, so yeah, I've just used that. Had to drill 2 screw holes into my door, which really brought tears to my eyes, having to drill into my paintwork. Anyway, and then I've also reattached the mount for the radio aerial. I think that just about covers the things we've not talked about before. I'm just really pleased with my carpet. So not a job I was originally intending to do just yet, but it just dawned on me overnight after finishing putting the carpet down on the inside of the car, was that something I do need to check on is the coolant, because I know when you take the cap off the top of the radiator I can't see coolant, so at the very least it needs topping up. But there is a slight worry that there is basically no coolant in it, in which case I'll need to top it up and flush it through and make sure it's all secure and whatever. But that of course will then mean coolant being pumped into the interior of the car where the heater core is, and if that's not watertight, then we could end up with a flood inside the car where I've just put down brand new carpet. So hopefully that's a bit of an extreme scenario, but I would rather just check this coolant just to see. Hopefully there is something in it already, so it's already watertight, it just needs topping up, but I need to check on that. Okay, let's have a look. So I'm just intending to just back off this Jubilee clip just to loosen up the bottom pipe and see what comes out. Might be a tad rusty. Okay, so I've managed to put, it's about 5 litres of just tap water in now, and that seems to be full up now. But yeah, it means it was down 5 litres. I wonder what the capacity is of the system. Can't be much more than that. Right, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'll start up the engine, get this to cycle through a little bit, because what I'd like to do is basically flush out the system before I put in the proper coolant, because that water in there looks pretty rank. So also with starting this up, I'm going to want to convince myself that the water I've just put in is not going to start pissing out of the heater core that comes into the car just under there. So let's keep an eye on that as well, shall we? So far so good. Okay, just quickly shut the engine back off again before I kill myself with carbon monoxide poisoning. Not a lot of, the ventilation in this space is that door down there, so yeah, not great. That seemed to be okay. Certainly didn't see any water coming through in the cabin, which is my biggest fear. I think that was a pretty good test. So yeah, I do want to flush out that water and put in some decent coolant, but I just want to make sure this is at least holding its fluids. Okay, so I've flushed it all through with fresh water. I've disconnected the pipe at the bottom of the radiator to let the water out. Clearly I did not manage to catch all of it. And it's beautiful looking stuff. It's definitely got a little bit of rust in it, but still I think that's all the better for flushing that through before I put the right stuff in. Oops. Alright, I think that'll do it. That's about 8 litres, I think, it's gone in there.